this too is often a cause of confusion, with several sources wrongly stating that Kenzo Tange prepared the entire city master plan. The city's major circulation routes also help define the physical structure. They include the Outer Northern Expressway or ONEX, the Outer Southern Expressway or OSEX, the Inner Northern Expressway or INEX, and the Inner Southern Expressway or ISEX. You may hear some people pronounce these as INEX or ISEX, but I guess there's no rule to how this should be pronounced. They also include the ring roads, which define the phases, the parkways, which run through sectors, and the transitways, which is the transportation route for the planned Abuja metro system. Altogether, these can be considered to be the skeletal system of the city, and it is the main physical structure that the city does not tamper with, regardless of whatever changes have been made to the master plan, such as the addition of a phase 5 within the city belly, land use changes within the city, and urban sprawl beyond the city limits. The social structure of Abuja has been largely influenced by the implementation of its physical plan. The plan envisaged that the phases will be developed, serviced, and inhabited sequentially for a population of 3.2 million people. However, only Phase 1 has attained a significant level of infrastructure development. Phase 2 has pockets of infrastructure development, and Phase 3's development is riddled with a lot of informality. As a result of the relatively higher level of infrastructure in Phase 1, residential districts there have become very expensive and exclusive to the well-to-do. This is one of Abuja's major urban problems: housing availability and affordability. It is so much a problem that a former minister of the FCT is alleged to have said that Abuja is not a city for the poor, an incorrect statement if one actually studies the city master plan. But despite having partial to no major infrastructure, urbanization continued in other phases with the growth of informal settlements, another of the city's major urban problem, most notably in Lugbe, which we shall discuss more in depth in another video. People who live in other phases mostly rely on the services and economic opportunities in Phase 1 and, more recently, Phase 2, so they commute into these phases to work, learn, or play on a daily basis, taking the daytime population of the city to over 7 million. This defeats the purpose of the city's sectors, which were supposed to function self-sustainably, with residents living, working, schooling, and recreating within their sector, except for higher order service needs. It is the source of yet another major urban problem: traffic congestion in the city entry routes and major intersections during peak hours, because the infrastructure in each phase and the sectors in them was planned to serve the people living in that phase. The combination of these problems has cumulated into a city with poor social mix and urban intensity. The districts in some phases of the city are highly populated during the day by people who come in for different reasons, but feel empty at night and during the weekends when left mostly to the people who actually live in the districts. Perhaps this is also a reflection of the lack of mixed-use districts from the initial plan, with districts planned either as mainly residential or non-residential. The demand for commercial and other uses within residential districts is currently most visible in Wuse 2 district, where residential land uses along busy routes are being converted to commercial uses. For what it's worth, this has indeed made Wuse 2 the most vibrant district in Abuja, with high accessibility to a variety of non-residential services and a bustling nightlife. In the next video, we will explore the different districts of Abuja to more detail.